To Shining Force. Last time, we finally recruited Ernest, and we're about to battle Balbazak. There's not a whole lot to do in the town where we are. It's not too much. Seems kind of basic. It's like a little fort, I guess. So we didn't really do too much exploring. It was small. We'll just fight this guy. I don't think it's going to take super long, but if a lot of party members get killed, I guess we'll restart a couple times. Basically, the map is small, but there's a lot of enemies, so, you know, we can kind of get a little swarmed. Oh, actually, you know what I should do is make another copy. Just so I make sure I have one for each recording I have. And this one should be the... Yeah, slot 1 is the original file. Actually, now that I think of it, I probably should have made a record. Actually, yeah, if one of them fucks up, I guess. I could have made a recording of the second one so I could redo them piecemeal, but whatever. And we're just gonna stick with the same party for now, because I'll grind off screen if people, like, get underleveled or anything. We're also gonna save training Ernest for another time. He's a little behind, so it would just take a while. I'm just gonna get through this quickly. This battle's good though. I think it won't be too long, but it'll be challenging because we have a bunch of enemies and the 3 artilleries especially. You know, so it's kind of like a front-loaded, but it won't take a billion years. Like, oh no, he can just walk. I was like, can he walk over the water? But he can go that far. Xylo's move is amazing. The only battles in this game that really frustrate me are ones where they just take a long time because either you just have to walk from one side of a large space to another, and it just takes forever, or there's a ton of movement slowing stuff, so it's not that far, but it still takes forever. I'm just like, I want to get to the action, you know? I don't just want to walk forwards for 50 turns or whatever. Guns, you gotta check into the legs for you and see if we can get you going a little faster. I'm nervous about this because Tao will be in range of the artillery, but also I want to kill this guy. It's, you know, risk-reward, right? Yeah! Yes, MP increase. Oh, and level 3 Blaze. She didn't get a ton more MP, but it's better than 0, which has happened a couple times. I'm gonna have him go attack this bat. Shield Domingo slightly, I guess. The bat can still get around him, but at least, you know, not every side Domingo's big enough. Although, actually, Domingo's defenses are weirdly good for a mage. So he's safer than Balbaroy. Domingo is very powerful. Hopefully she will not get one-shotted by this. Oh, that was really close. That was really close. Uncomfortably close. Luckily, the other artilleries won't be able to attack her because they're all 2 range and there's no other square that's that right number of spaces away. Oh, perfect! And Chris is right in the right spot for a heal. Oh, that worked out really nicely. Henri, I would say, will be a little more powerful in terms of offense overall, but Tao having just that little bit more HP and defense makes it a little easier to use her, because in this game, a lot of enemies have pretty high movement range, so it's hard to completely shield your squishies, so sometimes they have to be able to survive one hit. I mean, they're never going to survive a lot, but even a survive hit can be enough to make a difference, so you can actually put them in a strategic spot. So, Henri, like, I'll still use her because she's the only one who gets, Domingo also gets the highest level of freeze, but I just love mages. I'm using all of them, friends. But, even though she's more powerful, I think she's a little more difficult to use. Wow, Balroy, I did not anticipate all of these bats getting turns so very quickly. Ben, help kill these bats. We need to de-bat. Ah, those bats, the dodging. Oh, this is exposed. Oh, but then I can't because if one of the other artilleries gets its turn, she'll just die. She could have hit both artilleries with Blaze too, but she would have been in range of multiple attacks and just there'd be no way. She's so fragile. I have to be a little more careful than that. Okay, kind of, bats are stacking up here. I just want to clear out these artilleries a bit because they're really dangerous. As you've seen, they can really hit hard. And they're 2 range, so we can't, like, easily hide all our dudes from them. Kokichi got no stats from that. That healer could have healed the artillery, but just chose not to for reasons I do not know. Ooh, this is gonna be good. We're gonna get 3 bats in range. This is... I love when enemies stack up and then we can do this. Just... This time we're raining icy death. It's still really good though. It didn't like kill him or anything, but obviously that softened him up a lot. Does he have... he does have a medical herb. I think I'll have him like flee to over here so he's... oh, he doesn't actually have anything. I'll have him run away because he's in danger. Tough decisions. Can have her attack this artillery. We gotta take out these artilleries. If anyone gets attacked by 2 of them, they could probably die, so we just gotta try and get rid of them. This is very tough. Battling on 2 fronts here. So I'll start working on the other artillery. See, the main, I think the challenging part of this map is that precisely because it's rather small, you have all the enemies sort of hitting you at once. They're not staggered as you're sort of going up the map. You're just surrounded on 2 fronts. So we kind of have to try and weed the, you know, sort of thin the enemy forces before we get killed, which is pretty tricky. But like I think it's a fun map to play because of that. Like there's a lot going on. You have to keep track of 2 different groups of enemies. There's not a lot of waiting for stuff to happen. It's like, oh, we gotta go. It's stressful. So that makes it pretty cool. Very nice evade. I'm gonna expose her to the risk because, you know, I think, yeah, this is Freeze 3 and it's still only 2 range. Freeze 3 must have been or Blaze 3 rather. The level 3 spell must have only been like the giant one in sort of Hasia, and possibly the game after this. I played this one, if not to completion, almost to completion, like through most of the game. Hellhound's Mistress is magical, and but that is not the case for the sequel, Shining Force 2, which I played like a couple maps of it, and then I just never finished it as a kid. And the Genesis emulator I had was kind of wonky at times, so it was a little frustrating to play it and get the game to save correctly. It was like, you know, you're kind of wrestling with it. And I think I got distracted with other games, basically, so I never quite finished it. He can't one-shot the artillery, so I think I'll kill the priest so it can't heal the artillery. We're doing good on this front. May have to divert a few people inside there to help with the bats. Because, oh my goodness, the amount of bats is getting out of control. Okay. This is good. We can get a couple of Marines in once again. They have a lot of HP, I gotta say. This is making them quite difficult to actually kill. Very good, Henri. Freeze level 2, but no MP! Henri, you have got to get some MP. Even now that I know it will, I think I'll have her help with the bats. Yeah, we've got a lot of people up there to fight the artillery. I should not discount the threat of these bats. They evade a lot and they're gonna take time to kill. Luckily Domingo can tank some shit. Look how tanky. Look how tanky. He is very ridiculous. He's actually, because he's a magic user, he required babying to get up to the level of the others. You know, when he's level 1, he's not quite as strong. But, he honestly was not that hard to train because he's a magic user, so he can get KOs pretty easily. Oh, wow, this is getting bad. That double attack really hurt us. And I'm gonna have you use your healing seed, because if you die, we have to redo the entire map, and I don't actually want to. That would take a while and be annoying. Friend Domingo. Love that freeze. I think this will kill one of these bats. Not this one, but the other one would be good enough. But it should. There we go. We just gotta thin the horde. They don't do that much damage individually. Oh, very nice, Domingo. He's getting a lot of attack for a mage, I gotta say. But like, there's just so many of them, and they do sometimes double, that they can overwhelm you. I'm gonna have Xylo focus in on this guy. I don't want to get complacent about this artillery. It is dangerous. I think I'll have Tao divert and just come help out down here. about... We'll just use Blaze level 2, because I don't think 3 might be able to kill it, but it would take a lot of MP, so I'll just weaken it. I want to save at least one level 3 for the boss. Oh, this might be the end of Henri. I had to move Ben. Maybe I should have kept him in place. Fuck, it's the double attack every time. Oh, she could have survived one hit, but the double. Oh. I think I'll just leave her dead. We're finishing a lot of battles with Henri dead. I may give her the Bread of Life just to bump up her HP, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, should I? Because she is a mage. Part of the reason she's always getting hit is because I keep leaving her in awkward spots. In theory, she should not ever be exposed to enemy attacks. It's tough in this game though. The bats have a lot of move. And I really had to get Ben away from the danger zone. That was a priority. He could have died because there were just too many bats. Maybe I should have left him in front though. The bats could still have reached her though. They have so much to move. Decisions. Oh well. I mean, she did gain a level and got freeze too, so like, it's not like she accomplished nothing. And she's not that expensive to raise from the dead. We have plenty of money. Good job, May. Whoa, she got a lot of attack there. That's nice, because she didn't have as high attack, so even though she was really tanky, she didn't get a lot of kills, but that's correcting itself now. Balbazak, you did not impress me in this battle. You spent a lot of time just missing things. I think after this is the part where we go to the island with the mermaids, which I know that a lot of my descriptions of like what's going to happen next in this game, my like memories of stuff that previously happened, occasionally sound like some sort of strange fever dream. Next we get on a boat and we see mermaids, but I swear there's a part of this game where you go to this island and there's all these mermaids, and I don't really remember. I think there might be a dungeon. I don't really remember anything except that you go to an island with mermaids for some reason, which apparently was so strange that it stuck in my mind. It's gonna get harder and harder to get our healers levels. It's just, I really wish that they had made the game so you got more X from healing. If it was bumped up to like, even if it was just 15 instead of 10, it would help. 20 would be nice, so you could, you know, maybe get them a level every map or something. It's tough. We're gonna start gradually moving up closer to the final batch of enemies here. Just kinda... I'm not having anyone attack yet because I don't want to put everyone directly in the danger zone until we're kind of ready to just rush them all at once. So I'm just kind of getting everyone into position. Anyone else need healing? Kind of like, yeah, I'll heal May. A, it will help, her HP is still kind of low, and B, we just want to use up all of Chris's MP so she can at least get as much XP as possible. Maintaining all of the healers, will eventually get a third, at a high level will be so difficult. Well, at least one more heal and she'll get a level at least. I think I'll start off the festivities. Got that evil puppet. Very good. It's not a very tough puppet. It's evil, but it's not powerful, you know, it's a minor evil. It didn't even heal itself, which is weird. I'm exposing Domingo to a little danger here, but I think he's got a lot of HP and good defense, so I think he'll survive even if Balbazak moves forward to attack. He got the deck on the one thing that didn't need it because it was weakened. Oh well. Yeah, I guess he just stays in place. Maybe he's like a non-moving boss, I don't know. Okay. Get some more of our ranged friends, just whittle them down a bit. Oh, very good. A deadly attack. Very good. Those really help them. These bosses just get so much HP by the end that it's... We may get some of our guys killed doing this because we're getting in melee with him, but I'm like, we gotta do damage, you know? We don't have forever to just whittle him down. It takes so long to kill them, mainly because they just are giant pools of HP. We're making a lot of progress here. This is good. Guns, get on in there. Guns does a lot of damage. His attack is very high. Oh, he's almost dead. Oh, double attack guns! Good job! That was so excellent. That guy did not get to make even one attack, thanks to our all-out offense strategy. Ben, take the ship, but please spare my life, please. This guy turned out to be a little pathetic compared to like General Elliot, who was all like, as I die, I leave Runefaust's fate in your hands. This guy is just crying. You know what, sure. I mean, I would feel, you know, honestly, if someone was about to murder me, I would probably plead with them not to kill me also. I'm sympathetic here. He's a super evil guy, but we should just like put him in prison, you know. I'm not, you know, I'm not a legal authority or anything. Oh, it seems we didn't really have a meaningful choice. Balbazak, you betrayed me. No, please leave me in peace. Working for Dark Soul seems to suck. You disgust me, Balbazak. Leave you in peace? I will leave you in pieces. I wonder what that was in the original Japanese, if it was like all and then they changed it to this because they couldn't translate, or if maybe it wasn't a pun and they were just like, you know what this scene where this guy gets executed needs? Puns. Forgive me. Honestly though, it's hard to be too sympathetic to this guy because he... Like, if General Elliot had, like, pleaded for us to spare him, I would have been like, buddy, join the party. Whereas this, I'm just like, we shouldn't execute him mainly because you shouldn't murder someone who's helpless and begging for their life. You should just put them in prison in this case. But, he, like, murdered all of Ernest's friends, so it's like, you know, friend, in this case, you reaped what you sowed. Too late, worm, receive your punishment for failure. Ooh, that is... Again, this game is not good if you have photosensitive epilepsy. There's a lot of scenes with bright flashing lights. Oh, that was a little headache-inducing. I'm dying, Ben. You must kill Dark Soul. Free Runefaust. Okay, is this guy also intended to be sympathetic? Because, again, he murdered Ernest's friends. He seems pretty awful. All the people in town were like, he's a terrible boss. He's like, free Runefaust. It seems like Runefaust also needed to be freed from you, friend. You up around killing people a lot. Not sure if meant to be sympathetic. Take the ship as that fool said. You will not survive the voyage. Ha ha ha. Oh, also, I assumed this was the same guy as the Dark Soul from Shining in the Darkness, but apparently that guy is Dark Soul, 2 words. This is Dark Soul, 1 word, and they're different people. Which is amazing because the names are very similar. There's just a space that's different, so I really didn't realize they were not the same person, but apparently they're not. I think, thus did the Shining Forth. I was right. We're not going to get to go back to the town. Not that there was much to do in the town, but at least we explored. I do wonder about that little door we couldn't go through. I looked up, like, a list of the secrets in this game, and there was nothing about that on there, so I think maybe it's just a weird cosmetic detail. And I couldn't figure out anything to do with it. Thus did the Shining Force free Uraanbaatar and set sail for a land of legend. Oh yeah, we were originally supposed to be going to the land of the Ancients. And that's the end of chapter 4. It's only been like a little under 20 minutes, so let's just carry on. You know, that battle was really short. I prefer the battles that are shorter, but are really involved and have like a lot of stuff going on to fight. Gateway to the Hidden Shrine. Here's chapter 5. So there's more than 4 chapters. I had thought maybe there's only 4, but we're on chapter 5. After a week at sea, sentries spotted a horde of monsters approaching the ship. Are we gonna battle on this boat? I like the unmoving waves. They're just tiled. The ship is surrounded by monsters, Ben. Prepare to defend it. Oh, and they're unique ocean monsters. We haven't seen these yet. Okay, so let's check this out. I feel like in a lot of JRPGs, there's usually at least one battle on a boat. I don't know why, it's just classic. I guess it's, you know, it's kind of like, oh, it feels very adventurous. We're out on the high seas. So it's a small map again, but all the enemies, you'll notice, can travel over the water, and we, without our flyers, can't. So we do have to wait for them to get to us a bit. I guess that's actually, it's not big, but it's not quite as small as the last map. So we've got more of our friends, the sea bats, who dodge a lot and are annoying. We've got the conch, which, in real life, a conch is a specific type of shell that eats clams, among other things. So, my family, we spent the summers in Long Island when I was a kid, and there, if you find a conch or a whelk, they're like, we used to call the shells of whelks conch shells, but I honestly don't know if that's true. Oh, the conch might be that thing you, like, use as a trumpet. I feel like they're related, but you can't throw whelks back, or you're not supposed to throw whelks back in the water because they eat clams, so you, like, leave them to die on the beach. so the fisheries stay intact, because destroying the ecosystem definitely won't have a long-term impact on the fisheries. No way. But they're just like, they can fight us, basically. They're not particularly tough. And these are the shellfish, which are quite a bit stronger. I'm wondering if the conch does status effects or something. Oh, and we've got some of those Pegasus lines as well. And our boat appears to have a dragon on the front, which is very cool. Also, can I just say, could we really not have gotten a better boat? This one has like holes in the deck and stuff. I'm a little concerned about its seaworthiness. There are not too many monsters, but it's gonna take them a little bit to get to us. So this will be a little more of a leisurely battle. I think this battle also, again, shows just how great the flying characters are, because it's literally a battle where we're trapped on a boat, and all the monsters don't have to go. They can travel freely over the water. But with our fly, even if one of them is not quite to us yet, or they're at an awkward spot, the flyers will always be able to reach them. Man, those things are creepy. Pro tip, that's not what this type of shellfish looks like in real life. They don't have little tentacles coming out of the shell just waving around. They're actually just like, if they're at all similar to other mollusks I'm familiar with, excuse me, I think oh, I've really got a vacuum in here. It's a little dusty. Sorry. I believe they're a type of mollusk, or maybe bivalve. But in any case, they have like a foot at the bottom that comes out of the shell they walk on. It's not tentacles. They're like a blob. These are... the one that's just called shellfish, sure, it's not specific what it is, but the conch is like, that's a specific kind of shellfish, and that's not what it's like. I mean, I guess they're also not the size of people and don't walk on the surface of water and come on boats to kill you, so it's like, what am I complaining about, really? To be fair, this is clearly not a normal conch. Oh, darn, I meant to give her the elf arrow and I forgot again. I should have gone back to headquarters, but basically I couldn't be bothered. That was an exciting battle right there. That was great. I'm gonna attack this guy because he's gonna be more annoying to kill, I think. And my other guys can't actually hit. Ugh, these things have a lot of HP. Honestly, the fact that they're blue and called sea bats keeps making me think they should resist ice, because I feel like my brain, whenever there's elements involved, my brain immediately goes to Pokemon rules, and water resists ice there, but I don't think that's actually relevant at all in this game. It's not the case. It just feels like it should be true. And this is also how, like, my anytime I'm, like, have archers in a game, my brain goes to Fire Emblem and is like, this should be super effective against flyers, even in games where that's not true. It feels like it should be true. I want it to be true. So it seems like this is not quite as exciting as the last battle, unless there's gonna be a bunch of reinforcements, which I don't think there are. The last battle was like, there's just so many enemies, we're kind of being swarmed, you know, we had two fronts, so it was a little more exciting. This is kind of like, you're on a boat, and people are flying in from both sides, so, you know, you gotta wait for them to get to you a bit. Or you could walk to the bottom of the map, I guess, but that would take a while. So this is a little more boring. I think if there had, like, if enemies were on the deck to start with, so that we had, like, you know, people to fight on the deck, and then also people on the sides, it could be a little more exciting. But it's not, you know, it's just a little bit boring as map designs go. There's some variability in this game. I don't know if she can do enough damage, but it'd be really good. Oh, excellent, Chris. Oh, a deadly attack. It'd be really good to get her a level. Very nice, very nice. Well, she got more... I mean, apparently we'll all average out in the end, so that's fine. It's... After reading about the mechanics, I just can't care as much about the level ups, because it's like, oh, I guess it'll... I guess it doesn't matter all that much, does it? Whereas in Fire Emblem, it's like, you get so hyped at every level up, you're like, you want it to be really good, and... You know, because theoretically, you could get a point in every stat on a level up. It's not necessarily likely. Your growths might not make that probable, but it's like it could happen. So, you know, you get more hyped. I will say the way the map sprites of the shellfish enemies move is like, that was a weird attack. It like threw a spike at us and it like ripped it off its shell. It's definitely kind of like spooky looking. It's like, oh, they look like a weird monster. It's creepy. I think this may be the only battle where they appear. Or if there's a dungeon when we get to the Mermaid Island, they might be in that too. But they're obviously ocean-specific enemies. These enemies have very nicely lined up for me, so I can have Domingo blast them. I don't know what those little purple things are in the back of Domingo's... whatever the white thing is, a hat, just the outside layer of his body. Excellent, more MP is so good for Domingo. Look how much MP he already has. He's so ridiculous. I love him. He is the best. There's another character we're gonna get later, the dragon we're gonna recruit, who is a lot harder to level up. He's gonna require some babying and probably quite a bit of off-screen grinding, but he'll be really good once we do it. He's one of those characters where it's like, leveling him up sucks because he's really weak at first, but if you actually do it, you're well rewarded. No points on that. I also don't know whether in this game, like, I mean, maybe Xylo, either that or we got lucky with him and now his levels are like pulling back to the average. The mechanics of this game are complicated enough that it's difficult to immediately say why different events are happening. You know what, sure, there's not so many enemies that we're going to be using this a lot, so I may as well go all out and just blaze 3. Does more damage. Good job, Tao. She gets her spells slightly faster than Omri. Although she is stuck with, is this really, that's all, oh, there's still a guy hovering around down there. I guess I'll send May that way so when that random conch eventually goes on the boat, we can, like, fight it. I guess I'll have Chris attack. I don't think she'll kill it, but, yeah, she didn't kill it, but this will get her some nice X, more than she would have from healing. Leveling healers is so time-consuming. It's hard to keep them from falling behind the party. Because you can only get so much X in a given level from healing. Yeah, and even if this conch just sits around like an asshole, at least the flyers can reach it. Oh, I forgot the Balbazak is a little more fragile. Hopefully he'll be okay. Very nice, Balbazak. Good dodge. Kichi can... Ben is taking 1,000 years to get his turn, so Kokuchi can kill this bat. Man, I hope I don't have to worry about Ben falling behind. If the character doesn't get their turn frequently, like they're a little slow, it's really easy for them to fall behind because, you know, you don't just want to leave a bunch of enemies sitting around who can attack you, so you kind of naturally end up having them finished off by other people who got their turn faster. But I am actually going to leave the conch because I'm hoping Chris can finish it off. Urgh, these flying enemies with the evasion. Oh, it's a pain in the ass. Wow, they have a lot of moves too. Hopefully Ben will survive this. If he gets stumbled, he won't. Okay, well, Chris might be healing in this one. Domingo, start heading over there. Need some help. The right side of the map ended up having a bit more going on here than expected. I didn't divide everyone up very well. He could actually use a level, so I'll have him do the attack, and the others can flee the other direction. Good job, Balbazak. Hooray! Oh, but he got no stats. No stat level ups, now that I've read about the mechanics, though, are not as depressing as in farm mode, because apparently it's just the the mechanic, the algorithm evening itself out. And also when you promote, it'll all be the same anyway. Oh, this might be the end for us. Ben got surrounded. Yep, time to redo this. He was one of our strongest before, but his defenses are not as high as might be hoped. Oh, he's hiding under the deck of the boat, apparently. Hello, friend. I guess... actually, we don't really need to save right now. What's down below, then? Oh, this is the headquarters. Wow, this is so neat. And this, for some reason, in our boat, there's a picture of a boat. I don't think I may have gone here and just forgotten about it as a child, but I don't think I went to the headquarters, so I had no idea there was a whole separate one. I like that it's exactly the same place, but with, like, different sprites. There's also just a rug here. It's just like recolored. This is so cool though. Look at these portals. I really like this. I will say that the graphics for the boards on the floor, because of the yellow highlight, like I think it's supposed to be the light shining or whatever, but on the right side and left side of each board. Or I guess it's only on the right sides, maybe. Not sure. Yeah, I think it's just the right. It just looks like it's left because they're all next to each other. Is slightly... it's slightly giving me a headache to look at it too much. It's a little bright. And also the design is just repeated so many times it's a little overwhelming. But I do like this. It just seems really cool. Oh, right! I completely forgot because Henri died and then we were immediately transported to the boat. Wow, we were missing a person in that battle and I did not notice. This is cool though. I'm kind of happy that we died. A, we can res Henri, and B, we got to see the boat headquarters, which I didn't even know existed, so I'm actually pretty hyped now. You must not lose. I thought you lost half your gold when you died, but that must not be the case because we had 1,600 before, and we clearly did not, you know, that we don't have more than 8,000 now. Alright, let's give this another try and divide us up a little more evenly. Domingo to the left. I wish there was a way to speed up the enemy turns. The Genesis collection, maybe it has more options that I just didn't discover yet, but I would love if it had a speed up option, which a lot of, you know, and most emulators have that option, and this is technically an course, but I don't know if it has that. Because it would save me a lot of time right now, while I'm just waiting for enemies to move. I like how I was all like, this time I'll do this battle better. I'm gonna send Henri out in the front, which is what I always do. And I forgot to give her the Elven Arrow again. Oh, You guys, I swear I'm not that bad at this game. I'm really not. Starting us off strong, Xylo. When is Ben gonna get his- when did Ben get so fucking slow? He just still didn't get his turn. Ah. Man, I gotta make sure he doesn't fall behind in level. I gotta make sure to, like, give him a few kills, because this is a problem. Like, he's a required party member the whole game. You cannot- I also discovered this upon, you know, when I was training, I wanted to swap him out for one of the low-level characters. You can't remove him from the party. So, we need to make sure he stays pretty good. Otherwise, it's gonna be really frustrating. Well, we just, this battle and the last battle, I kept getting him surrounded by fast enemies that dodge a lot, so that probably didn't give a fair impression of his performance. I'm sure he'll turn it around. Domingo, you are so excellent. He doesn't even level up the same as the other characters and start level 1, and he's already mostly caught up, mainly because I couldn't stop using him because he's so good. Love him. Sure, Xylo, you're already level 14, but whatever, you can finish off this bunch. Xylo is so cool. Oh, this also, actually, this just reminded me, I was thinking if Xylo, like, I was trying to remember what his name was, because in the site I looked a bunch of stuff up on, it listed the Japanese names for some of the characters, and at the time, I was amazed by the fact that Xylo's name was just completely different for no obvious reason. Darn it. But I also discovered that, according to thing on the internet I read, all the characters in the original Japanese manual of the game, I don't know whether it was in the English manual, having not read it, but apparently in the Japanese game manual, all of them listed what species they were also, and that was fascinating to me, because I was talking about this at the start of the LP, in like the first couple episodes, about what are all these people, like why do some of them have elf ears but they live with humans so it's not clear that they're elves, like why are some of them dog people, how weird it is. Well, and also I was wondering whether Luke and Lo were dwarves because they're so short. Well, apparently Lo is a halfling, that's why he's so short. This apparently went with a mixture of the Lord of the Rings species and then just some random things. So you've got the centaur people. Gong, the monk, apparently he's supposed to be a half giant. I thought he was human, but he is not. And Chris is like, oh, I don't remember what it was in Japanese, but it was like, it was not translated to English apparently, and it was just like, we're not sure what this is, but apparently that's what she is. It appears to be a half-dog person. Which is what I guessed. It still doesn't explain why her grandma is human, or where the half-dog people come from, because we never get to like a country of the half-dog people. There's just a couple of them randomly in other places. Good job, Tao. Which raises a lot of questions about where they came from. But apparently Tao is actually an elf. That's why she has the pointy ears. I was wondering, because she has pointy ears, but she's not explicitly described as an elf, so I was like, that's strange. But apparently she is actually an elf. Who's just hanging out in Humantopia for whatever reason. I don't know, just in a Guardiana at the beginning of the game. She and Hans, the elves, are there. And Diane, also an elf, was just in Alteron for reasons. So, like, it was interesting to read, but it still didn't really explain. Also, like, Lo is a halfling, but, like, where did he come from? Again, there don't seem to be any other halflings in the town. Is there, like, a land of halflings out there somewhere that he just left for some reason? So it, like, answered some questions, but then it raised a lot more questions about where all these different people even, like, how did they all get here? How come we don't seem to meet any others of some of these? Like, we don't really see any other half-giants. Some of these people seem to be the only one of their kind. Or, like, there's only one or two, and we never run into others, and it's like, did you just travel a really long way? Are all the others gone, like in some unknown past catastrophe? Where did you come from? Oh, and I was really amazed to see that as a kid, I had always thought Gunce was an armadillo because he looked like one, but the game doesn't really say, but apparently that is his listed species. He's an armadillo. So I'm really impressed with the art direction of the game, that it actually made that so clear that even I, as a child, could easily tell, this guy's an armadillo. Which is amazing to me. Also amazing, the fact that in this game, you recruit an armadillo who fights in a steam-powered mecha suit. And none of the characters seems to find anything unusual about that or think any reason. Right? And it's like, in your world, apparently. Oh yeah, I started saying this and didn't finish. I don't know what those little purple things in the back of Domingo's hat are. I also don't know whether, like, maybe they're meant to be, like, he's like a squid or a jellyfish and they're, like, his organs inside his body. You know, like in a jellyfish you can, like, see their, like, internal structures because they're clear. Or if they're just colorful dots on his hat. I do not know. It is unclear. Because I know it's a high level already. I think I'm gonna just have him wait. Help us out here, Amon. I do like Amon's sprite. I like the blue a lot. I don't know, the color just looks cool to me. Oh, that was a big attack bomb. Very nice. Maybe she had been falling behind. I'm still puzzling over the algorithm that I read about. It just seems so strange. Alrighty. This is going a little more smoothly this time. I divided the characters up better, basically. Before, I had, like, nobody on the right side. I didn't keep track of it well. Oh, I was right! Those things do status affect you. That's why they're a little bit weaker. They poison you. Oh, that's annoying. Well, I'll just have to wait until we're done with the battle because I don't have the guy with detox. Good job, Henri. Even though you're fragile, I still like you a lot. You're a cool wizard. And I will say, her wizard costume is really— I don't know, the blue looks cool, so I think her wizard costume is one of the best ones. Not that Tao's isn't great, but the purple and green is fine, but I don't know, the blue just seems more wizardy somehow. The mage sprites, I said this before also, but the mage sprites are really great. The cape and the pointy hood and, you know, the robes, they look so wizardy. The art direction has such charm. Yeah, he's poisoned. Nothing I can do about that. Oh, Diana's actually beat up pretty bad too. We gotta get over to Chris. He may end up getting killed by this shellfish depending on how quickly the turns come up. Oh, these bats take friggin' forever to kill because they have a lot of HP and they just are so annoying. Also, again, I just want to comment again on how incredible Domingo is, because remember, he's a mage. He flies, he has a huge move range. Look at how much HP and MP he has. And he also has ridiculously high defense for a mage. And also, just in general, he has 29 defense and 27 agility. He's just basically... I guess it's because he's like a secret character. You have to find the egg in Manarina, and then you have to find the guy who warms it up. So it's like, it's a two-step unlock for his secret, so he has to be good. But dang, is he good. He's like deliberately overpowered. He's so ridiculous. And he's so... Again, it's like, why did that guy have this Domingo egg? And also, what is a Domingo, and where did he get the egg? Domingo is like born from this egg, already able to talk and like knowing stuff, so it just raises a lot of questions about the nature of the Domingo race, if such a thing exists. I mean, something had to lay the egg, right? Unless it was just like, it was found in Manarina, so is it just like made by the mages somehow? He's like an artificial being? We have literally no idea. These are questions that the game is not interested in answering. They're just like, check it out, it's a Domingo! And then it's just like, no further comment is needed. Look at that, he just got 4 defense. He's so tanky. It just blows my mind that they made a mage. Oh, that was excellent, Amon. You missed, but then you attacked again. Good job. That is that tanky, so you can just, and has that much HP also. So you can just shove him into the front lines and not even worry. Hopefully she'll, oh, she didn't make it. She's a little fragile also, but it was like, you know, what could I do? I had to get some attacking done, so, you know. Did what I could. Oh wow, I could have used Blaze 1. I was not looking carefully at the HP and I went a little overboard. I don't know how many other attacks she'll get to make here though. It was hard to, because of the walls of the ship, it was kind of hard to get everyone in the right position, so it's fine. Oh, maybe I should have saved this kill for someone else, but like, this battle is very boring and I pretty much just want to wrap it up so we can move on. This episode, the first battle took so little time, but this one is just lingering. And the other one was a lot more fun, so it's like, great. I mean, the fact that it was kind of snappy is obviously part of why it was fun. I'm actually gonna have Belbory run away because he got a little banged up there. Don't want him to get killed. You know, we've already got to res 1 character. Let's not make it 2 if we can help it. Or maybe, oh, actually no, we'll be resing Henri as per usual. Oh wow, no, she actually survived that. Henri, you've made a big step forward in your journey as a character. You actually survived an enemy attack for what might be the first time ever. Unfortunately, the bat's positioning means he can't actually attack it. See, this is why, this is another map where, like, the terrain is kind of annoying because all the enemies can fly, so sometimes they'll just be on the edge of the ship, and it's like, there's not really a lot you can't get your guys next to them, but because the enemy movements are sort of, they're not always predictable, and, you know, you kind of want to get it done and attack them, so it's kind of hard to, like, just wait and bait them towards the center of the boat. Plus you could get a little overwhelmed, so it's just kind of like, well, that's annoying. But not in a way that feels terribly strategic. Again, it's kind of like, I guess it's a little strategic, but the other battle where it was like, you know, you kind of have to distribute your guys correctly and kind of block enemies off so you keep your squishy state, that just felt more interesting than this, which is like, let's wander around this boat picking off these various enemies. Oh boy. Also, the bats are annoying to fight, but you know, I was just about to say they're annoying to fight because they dodge so much, and at that moment one of them dodged, so it just makes this shit take forever. And it's boring. It's like, I might as well have had him attack before, I just wasted my own time. And he does, this is just irritating. This is not, it's not strategic because it's not something we can affect, to my knowledge. And it's not interesting, it just takes forever. So like there's some battles in this game that are pretty fun, and there's some that are really not. And I do like this game overall. Like, it's cool. I love the art style, I like the music, I think it's fun, but, you know, it is an old game, and there are some places with the design is just a little rough. There we go. The ship was damaged in the battle and was repaired. Oh, is that why it's full of holes? The monsters put them there somehow? Because the holes were there before the monsters got in the ship, FYI. This ship is a piece of garbage. That island over there. I think we're going to meet a mermaid. And here she is. Thank you for destroying those monsters. My name is Shell of Warrel. Apparently the mermaids are the least creative people ever because they're like, what should we name ourselves? I mean, you know, we're mermaids, but what if people don't realize we're nautically themed? How about Shell? You might assume she's going to be a party member because she has a face portrait, but she is not. She's just a story important NPC. Like how Nova has a portrait. I've heard of Warrel. We should be able to get the ship fixed there. I don't know how you say that, like if it's Warrel or what. I went with Warrel. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's not a voice acted game. It'll take some time to repair the ship. Try to rest and relax. First, we should go resurrect our dead friends. Welcome to Warrel. It appears to be populated mostly by sprites that look like this guy. So like chubby dudes, I guess, who are all wearing archer armor for some reason. I want to visit Ring Reef. Would you go with me? Sure. Great, but we can't go there right now. I think that's the name of the dungeon. This I forgot that this happened! I thought that was a door. There's no law that says the king can't own a shop. Can I help you? I mean, I feel like this is intended to make the town seem just kind of charming and folksy, but it's also like, I mean, wouldn't this be really bad for the people? Because it's like, if you don't shop at the king's store, it's like he might judge you harshly. Oh, actually, I will buy one medical herb because I used Ben's healing seed. And I like him to always have one on hand, just in case. Nope. But he just runs off so fast. That was great. The king is in, and he's, busy attending to the shops. Maybe in this kingdom, like, it's so peaceful that there's not much for the king to do, so he just wants to keep himself busy. Oh wait, no, sorry, I already am. Actually, oh yeah, remember how, like, 2 episodes ago we found the steel sword, but I didn't have anyone who could wield it? Apparently only the promoted units. Oh, I dropped this controller again. I'm using the Switch, the Joy-Cons that, like, click into the holder, and the edges are round, so I find it's a little slippery. Oh, we have so many upgrades. Definitely this elven arrow, so now we'll have 2 of them. Diane can have one as well. I know, it's like we could swap them back and forth, but it's a lot more convenient to have everyone have their own. Because as you've seen, I do not generally remember to swap equipment. The steel lance is the upgrade to the old chrome lance. It is stronger than the power spear. So the power spear had its heyday, but now it's going to fall behind a bit. I can't remember if the steel lance is only for the promoted cavaliers or not. These battle axes would be for the promoted warriors. We don't really need this stuff yet, though. I guess it's the hint that, like, maybe you're supposed to promote your characters, but according to what I read on the internet, the game kind of punishes you for doing that, because you'll never get as high stats. Make myself at home, but there's nothing to do here. I can't sleep here. Oh, I didn't either. Can't go there, it's too dangerous to even get close. But we'll go there because we're adventurers. These are like, apparently, these honestly just, I know that they're there because I think you eventually got into the water and that way you can't go off the edge of the map where you're not supposed to, but they just really remind me of the net of buoys that they put up at beaches when I was a kid to like define the safe swimming area. So it looks like the mermaids are just like, this is where the lifeguard is watching. Also, why is this sign over here? It's the least convenient place. That won't bring in a lot of business. Where is the priest? No, not here. I guess this will be the last episode today, I think, and then it'll be... What's this thing? Is this the well? Nothing is unusual. Oh, I gotta turn sideways. It's so hard. There's lots to see here. Take the guest boat. Oh, right, so we can sail around to different islands. Wow, look at that fish on the top. That's freaking huge. Oh, whoa. This guy! How did he... What? He just emerged from the waves. What is he? How? How did he get out here? Oh, I guess he was in that building. Or something. That was super weird and I did not remember that it happened. I just wanted to... Oh, please tell him he's not the guy we need to res our party members. I do like fish, sure. You like it here, that's all we eat. I mean, I assume you eat like plants as well, or you get the scurvy, right? Right, yeah, that's why the buoys are there, so that you can't go off the map where you're not supposed to. See, again, it's so weird because, like, there's a couple of Sheila, I guess she's with Sheila, really. It's so weird because there's, like, a couple mermaids, but then everyone else is just a human, so it's like, again, Shimo. Is this the land of the mermaids, or they're just, like, they're the last of their kind? Okay, first we need to res Diane. Because, I left her in the path of an enemy attack, and she's pretty fragile. And, let's finish exploring this island before we save. You just kind of wrap it up. I feel like I'm in heaven. This is surely a paradise. Well, I guess it is a beautiful tropical island. Have you ever heard Prompt? I, the player, have, but we haven't in the game. It said that the descendants of the ancients live there. So you remember when in the past, also amazing, we can't enter from the front because there's a dock, but apparently the rules of perspective don't apply here, and the dock doesn't exist at the back. The river is sloped, which is amazing. They say the whole sea is pouring into Ring Reef. What will become of us? Oh, so is this like, Golden Sun, where it's actually a flat world, or are they just wrong with that? Some stranger left for Ring Reef by ship. I hope nothing happened to him. Who is that stranger? Are they a party member, or... I don't remember. I guess. Sure, I'd love to hear a secret. I think our missing fires in Ring Reef... Are you fucking... Yeah, no, there's a place around here we're not allowed to go, and there's a side quest. No duh, they're in the same place, you dumbass. I hear there's a land called Dragonia far to the east. Sacred dragons live there. We're gonna become friends with one of them. He's gonna be a party member, guys. It's gonna be extremely great. I think that... Oh, wait, there's a little extra little house here. Oh, that it seems we can't get into right now. I guess we have to go past the buoys to get in there. I kind of thought that would immediately take us to the dungeon map, but perhaps it doesn't. Hi, I'm Shelra, Shell's mom. Are you planning to go past the buoys? The current could dash your boat against the rocks. Do you still want to go? Sure. Okay, but be careful. Oh man, I thought we'd be able to get over that island. Oh, apparently it just like injures us and then we're here. Oh, huh. So this is how we get to the next dungeon, but it's nice that they basically put a save point here because I honestly thought we'd be able to at least steer over to that other spot. I'm hoping we'll be able to go back there. Maybe I like went one too far. I don't know if I had to like hug the edge. I did not realize it was going to immediately suck us into the next dungeon, but it's very nice of them to put a save point here because probably a lot of players wouldn't realize that. The water in Ring Reef vanished and a strange creature appeared. Ah, so this used to be a reef underwater, but now it's been exposed to sunlight. So probably it's all dead because coral, once it's brought out into the air, dies. It's meant to live underwater. Also, it has palm trees, which are not part of reefs, but I guess they didn't have a excuse me, a separate tile for the reef. It might have something to do with the legend of a shining path that leads to Matafa. We've heard of that place before. That's where we're eventually going. The legend says Matafa is, or maybe Metafa, I don't know what it is. Again, no voice acting. Matafa is a land of the ancients. We were going to go there to try and find that key, remember? Oh, we haven't searched a bookcase in ages. A Life in the Light, Secrets of the Waro region. Oh, can we read that one? We can learn about this place. So we're just going to explore a teeny bit more. Wow, we did not go very far. The reef is just below the town. So that's obviously where the next battle is, in there. But I will leave that for next time. And although I remember going to an island full of mermaids and like going to this dungeon, I actually don't remember anything about what's in the dungeon. So it will be as much a surprise to me as to you, dear viewers. Or maybe I can't save the game. I assumed I would be able to, but it's looking like nope. Friar. You are bad at being a friar. Your whole point is to save my game. That's what you do. Oh, it's already been an hour though. I'd rather save this for the next one. Well, I can't believe they trap you in a dungeon with no... Actually, I wonder if this will... Oh, apparently no. I thought I was being quite clever there. How about we... How do I do this? I haven't used the quick save function yet, so I don't really know how. I don't know if that made a save or not. Basically, I just want to make a quick save. I should have saved when I got to the island. Well, let me see if there's a quick save option here. Okay, yeah, let's make a... So we made a quick save, so next time we'll just come back right to this spot. We won't say goodbye to Simone this episode. Sorry, friends. I didn't realize that would throw me right into the next dungeon. I guess when there was a double prompt asking if you wanted to do it, I should have realized, but I really thought I'd be able to get to that other room. Maybe next time? But we've reached the mysterious island of the mermaids, the land of Warrel. And it seems that here we'll be able to find a secret that will help us get to the land of the ancients. So that is pretty cool. And that mention of prompt, BT Dubs will be able to recruit a secret character when we eventually get to prompt. So there's many fun things yet to come in our party. So this time we fought a boring fight. We killed that one guy, the Balbazak. Then we fought a fight on a boat, and now we're here in Warrel. And next time we'll go into the depths of this mysterious dungeon. So until then, viewers, this was